I'm Macy Egland. The man accused of disfiguring an Elmont woman in an acid attack is expected in court today. Police arrested aspiring rapper Terrell Campbell of Brooklyn last week. He's accused of throwing sulfuric acid into Nafia Ikram's face back in 2021. The then 21-year-old Hofstra student was left permanently scarred and blind in her right eye. So far, no word on a motive for the attack. ICE is renting out space in this Woodbury building. Its owner says up to 40 of the agency's attorneys will have offices here on Freilich Farm Boulevard. We're told armed agents will not use the space. Governor Hochul says she opposes the move. ICE did not respond to our request for comment. Some healthcare workers can get a good chunk of their student loans repaid. The state is offering up to $300,000 to healthcare workers who serve needy patients for at least 4 years. Loans must be for a master's or doctorate degree. We have more information on our website, newsday.com. A new surgery center is coming to Islandia. Surgicore Suffolk will occupy the ground floor of this building on Old Nichols Road. Doctors there will be able to perform minimally invasive surgeries. Only in Newsday, a push to clear brush in the Pine Barrens. A commercial property owner and administrators of Eastern Suffolk BOCES want to clear trees and brush near their buildings in West Hampton due to wildfire concerns. They will need permission from the Central Pine Barrens Joint Planning and Policy Commission. All right, let's talk about your Wednesday weather now. A foggy start to the day before we see some rain. A dense fog advisory is in effect for much of the morning, in fact. We'll also see that rain start to move in as you head out to work, so be mindful of that. That rain is pretty much on and off throughout the day and into tonight. Tomorrow, those clouds stick around. We've got highs in the upper 30s. We are tracking more rain for Friday, taking a look at your 7-day forecast here, and the possibility of some snow Sunday into Monday. Tuesday looks pretty good. Sunny, warmer. Listen, if it's just a few flakes mixed in, we'll take it. I'm okay with rain, right? Maybe the rain will wash away some of that snow. Let's hope. Fingers crossed.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
Only a Newsday, fare beaters are getting creative to avoid paying for their train tickets. Transportation reporter Alfonso Castillo has that story.
With the Long Island Railroad recently enacting a strict new ticket policy, you might think fare beaters have nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. But there is still one place left to hide.
Once in a while, when you see someone just leaving the bathroom, once it approaches the platform, you get a little suspicious.
In January, the LIRR introduced several new measures to prevent customers from riding for free, including shorter ticket validity periods and penalties for late activation.
It has already shown results in cutting commuter rail fare evasion significantly.
But there remains one surefire way to avoid having a conductor check your ticket, and it's not limited to the LIRR.
I work, in the UK, I work for a train company called Southern, and I do ticket checks and work on the train, so I have to deal with fare evasion, as we call it over there, and toilet riders and toilet class.
The head of the LIRR Train Conductors Union said there's not much that ticket collectors can do about restroom stowaways. They'll knock on the door and call police if they're concerned about someone's safety, but they won't force their way into a locked bathroom. And here's a useful tip. If you want to know which train car has a bathroom, either because you need to go or you want to avoid it, look at the number outside the car. Odd-numbered cars have bathrooms, even-numbered ones do not. The bathroom trick, does that seem unseemly to you?
Yeah, it's all, as long as they wash their hands when they come out, I'm okay with it.
Now, for those of you who actually do need to use a Long Island Railroad bathroom, you should know that the experience may one day get better. The next fleet of trains are supposed to include urinals and push-button doors, but they're not coming until 2030 at the earliest, and unfortunately, I can't hold it that long. Inside the Long Island Railroad, for NewsdayTV, I'm Alfonso Castillo.
Read more about this story on our website, newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Out East with Doug Geed is brought to you by Connect One Bank, a better place to be.
From food to toys to crafts and everything in between, you'll find it at the Riverhead Farmers Market. Let's head out east with Doug Geed.
Cauliflower is a very common crop grown by farmers on the East End, and so are these cauliflower lookalikes. They're mushrooms, lion's mane. All of these mushrooms are grown by Mattituck mushrooms. I'm Doug Geed, out east for Newsday TV. They're just some of the local products you'll find here at the Riverhead Farmers Market.
There are between 25 and 35 vendors every Saturday from 10 o'clock to 2 p.m. A large indoor space. It's out of the cold, and it's a good place for people to come and have a drink and walk around and have do some shopping.
All inside the Twin Fork Beer Company, vendors are selling everything from cuddly crafts to freshly grown greens, microgreens, even local smoked fish.
We do sample tastings too. A lot of people aren't familiar with the smoked pâtés or the smoked fish, especially the smoked bluefish. People are like, oh no, not bluefish, and then they try it and they're like, oh, that's not bad.
And for fans of ethnic food, there's pierogies to take home or eat on site.
So you're from Poland, right?
Yes, I am. I am from Poland.
So is this like grandma's recipe or your own? Or?
It's my grandma, my dad's, but also I add some from my heart.
My company is called The Crumb in the Kettle, and I make organic baked goods and organic granolas from scratch. People have been telling me, they're looking for different alternatives, especially people with diabetes or things of that nature that still want to have a treat here and there.
There are treats for dogs, even somewhat neurotic ones.
I specialize in dogs with food allergies, topical allergies, and anxiety. They're healthy treats, they're human grade. I do have humans who eat them. I don't know how tasty they'll be. There isn't sugar, salt, eggs, or anything that we like in our food, but they are human grades.
The farmers market runs until the end of April, and even if you do more browsing than buying, folks who come here say it's a nice way to beat the boredom of winter and get a taste of the East End at the same time.
A little bit of wine, a little bit of pierogies, a little bit of cheese bread. You get a little taste of everything. It's a nice place to come to.
In Riverhead for Newsday TV, I'm Doug Geed.
Definitely a nice idea on those cold days. For more Out East with Doug Geed segments, go to our website, newsday.com. Click Get More below that Newsday TV video box. See more on these stories on Newsday.com and watch us streaming anytime on Local Now, YouTube, and the other streaming services you see here. I'm Macy Eglund. We've got more local news coming up.
One girl's harrowing story reveals some of Long Island's darkest secrets. A complex story of drug abuse and sex trafficking that led to 23 arrests. Unprotected, now available at newsday.com/unprotected.